Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Thursday evening, and it is predictions night. It's predictions night here on the Wrestling Experience, and we want to thank you all for doing that. Tonight, we're going to predict Saturday night's main event. Plus, we're going to do Double or Nothing, the Emmy Award-winning Double or Nothing. We're going to do that tonight. We have wrestling news for you. We have all kinds of stuff for you. Plus, we're going to rewind Dynamite. All of this big action, all this potpourri of action, just for you, the wrestling fans. Thank you for watching the experience. Thank you for landing on Planet Experience. And thank you for watching the wrestling experience. Daniel, baby, the sports. How's it going tonight, Daniel? Hit the like button, Daniel. Happy Thursday to you. Thank you for popping in tonight to tonight's extravaganza. So tonight, excuse me, folks. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss. We are going to discuss and watch and learn here tonight all wrestling, all things wrestling here tonight. So the first thing we're going to do here on the docket is we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. Now, Dynamite last night took place in Portland, Maine, and we had a great time with that show. The show wasn't bad. It was decent. It was really decent, and I had no issues with it whatsoever. I had fun watching it last night. I hope you all had fun too. There's some good stuff on there. It was the go home show. It was the go home show for AEW Dynamite as we get ready for the award winning Double or Nothing this Sunday on pay per view, HBO Max, and of course, all cable and satellite providers and Amazon Prime as well. You can watch Double or Nothing this Sunday, and it's going to be live as live can be in living color. It is going to be a great show. It's going to be a fun show. So, all right, let's just talk about last night's AEW Dynamite. Let's do that. Okay, so as I said last night, we had Speedball Mike Bailey taking on Darby Allin. The match was fine. The match was fantastic for what it was. Speedball Mike Bailey challenged Darby Allin. And Darby Allin, let me tell you something. This kid, I have no idea how he does it. But he has been defending that title back to back to back to back Dynamite episodes. And I still don't know how he does it. I still don't know how he does it. But this kid takes these hellacious bumps in this match. He will go through fire to keep his title. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. He went through a war last night with Speedball Mike Bailey. But what happened afterwards, ladies and gentlemen? MJF comes in the ring and he attacks Darby Allin after the match. And he tried to shave his head. And Darby Allin got the clippers and he wanted to shave MJF's head. MJF didn't want none of it. He rolled out of the ring and ran away like a coward he was. And again, like I said, this Sunday on pay-per-view, it will be hair versus title match. Darby Allin will defend his title against MJF. Now, If MJF fails to pin or make Darby submit and Darby retains the title, well, then MJF has to get his head shaved bald in front of the world on pay-per-view. I shudder to think what's going to happen here. We're going to get to that prediction in just a little bit. But again, like I said, the rivalry between Darby Allin and MJF is heating up to a crescendo. And the explosion will happen this Sunday only on HBO Max, pay-per-view, cable, and home and satellite providers. All right, folks. So we had that match. So on the entertainment level, I'm gonna give the match a 7. The match gets a 7 because it was a great, entertaining match. Speedball Mike Bailey, I love his athleticism. I love the guts. I love the heart, the passion, and everything else in between. I thought it was great. I thought the match was fun. The match was fun for what it was. And again, like I said, on the entertainment level, I gave the match a 7. The match gets a 7. And that is the best I can do for it. But Darby Allin, I have to tell you something. When this kid becomes 50, 60, or 70 years old, he's going to feel those bumps. He is going to feel those bumps. And I'm going to tell you something. The things this kid goes through, I mean, from flaming tables to thumbtacks to everything. This guy, he is willing to die on the sword for that title. And he's willing to do anything and go through anything to retain the title. The question remains, will he still be champion once we leave Queens, New York this Sunday night? We're going to see. We are going to see. All right. Then we had Swerve Strickland returns. Strickland returns to Dynamite, and Bandito attacked Swerve Strickland. Strickland and Bandito will meet in the Owen Hart Cup tournament this Sunday. They're going to meet at Double or Nothing, and that should be one I think we're all going to watch. I'm not sure who's going to win this Cup tournament. I have two favorites. One, of course, is Swerve Strickland, and I think Will Ospreay is another favorite to win the Cup tournament. But we're going to have to see what that is. We'll see how that goes. Willow Nightingale, unfortunately, came on the air with some terrible news. She injured her shoulder in a match this past week on Collision, which means that she can no longer be the TBS champion. She had to relinquish the title, and she had to drop out of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. So we want to wish Willow Nightingale a very speedy recovery. And again, it's terrible that had to happen to her. Bobby, how's it going tonight, Bobby? Hit the like button. AEW Double or Nothing is going to be a great show, bro. I talked to Speedball this week, and he said he's indefinitely going for more championships in the future. Oh, Bobby, you know Speedball Mike Bailey? Wow, that is absolutely impressive, Bobby. That's impressive that you know Speedball. Wow, I didn't even know that. That's amazing. Great stuff, Bobby, and thank you for your comment. And thank you for popping into the chat. Everyone in the chat, make sure you smash the like button. You smash that like button. And you subscribe. And you share. It's greatly appreciative. So, Swerve Strickland returned last night. The Divine Dominion had a 5-minute open challenge. And I'll tell you something, folks. It didn't last long. These women are the AEW Tag Team Champions, and I'm going to tell you something, folks. They ain't not giving up those titles anytime soon. If you think that they're going to, no. These women are absolutely powerful, strong, and not to be messed with. They're not to be toyed with, and that is something that everyone needs to know, especially their opponents. They don't get paid by the hour. No, they don't. So, Divine Dominion, again, with that exhibition of power, win over two ladies who were local talent. And on an entertainment level, I can't give it. The only thing I can do in the entertainment level, I can only give it a two. The match gets a two because it was really nothing entertaining about it. It really wasn't. This was just absolutely dominant from bell to bell, and that's what it was. It was absolutely dominant. So I don't have any. I have no issues with these two women being the AEW Tag Team Champions. All right, all right. The Triangle of Madness and Athena versus the Brawling Birds and Thunder Rosa, and Mina Shirakawa. The match was fine. The match was all over the place. Again, the crowd did not participate in this match. I don't know why women. I don't know why the people are silent when women matches come out of the curtain. But I can't talk to every fan, so I don't know what that's on their mind. I can only speak for myself. I know when I see a women's wrestling match, I'm hooting and hollering because these ladies, as I said before, I'll say it again, they bust their behinds on that stage and they give you a show and you need to support them wholeheartedly. So I always support everything that comes out of that curtain. And it is absolutely great. As you all know, I've been a wrestling fan for 3 decades. And I want to tell you something, folks. I love sport competition. I love athleticism. I love clean finishes. I grew up on clean finishes. And that's what I grew up on as a wrestling fan. That's what I grew up on. Clean finishes. And that's what I want. I want to see that in the match. So the match was fine. The match was all right. Athena, I mean, she is the longest reigning ROH women's champion to date. Absolutely great. Bobby says, facts. Athena is AEW women's division. It's just better, bro. Yeah, Athena is again, thank you, Bobby, for your comment. Athena is just absolutely, she's on fire. The woman is the longest reigning, oh, listen to me carefully. The woman is the longest reigning ROH champion of all time. Athena. AKA Amber Moon, she was in WWE, if you all didn't know that. You didn't know who Athena was. Athena used to be in WWE, and she went by the name of Amber Moon. Okay. So the Triangle of Madness and Athena defeated the Birds, Thunder Rosa, and Mina Shirakawa. I'm gonna give the match an entertainment level. I'll be nice. I'll give the match a 6. The match gets a 6, and it was just great. All facts, bro. I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely, bro, Bobby. Absolutely. Um. So John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. The match was fine. The match was fantastic. Kyle O'Reilly has John Moxley's number. Now, if you all didn't know the backstory, I'll give you some little history on their feud. These two men have met on 2 separate occasions, and Kyle O'Reilly has defeated Moxley not once but twice and had him tap out. He had him tap out. And Moxley wanted revenge on O'Reilly. All right, so we had the match. The match was going great. The match was fine. These two men went to a time limit draw. So Kyle O'Reilly got on the phone, not on the phone, but on the microphone, excuse me, and he says, well, I want a rematch, but without time limit. Okay? Moxley comes backstage and he wants to put his title on the line with no time limit. So this Sunday at Double or Nothing, we are going to get Kyle O'Reilly and John Moxley, number 4, and this time there will be no time limit. And the Continental Championship will be up for grabs. Can't wait to do that. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see that. That's gonna be great. Like I said, folks, Double or Nothing is gonna be great. All I say, Kim, I can't wait. Can't wait. AEW is gonna take over the Tennis Center in Queens, New York, and we're gonna have fun with that. We're gonna have fun in Louis Armstrong Stadium, folks, and we're gonna have fun this Sunday at Double or Nothing in Queens, New York. All right. Okay. FTR versus a conglomeration for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. The match was fine. The match was good. Are you going, bro? Yes, Bobby. I will be at Louis Armstrong Stadium this Sunday for Double or Nothing. Yes, I am going. I have a ticket. Thank you for your comment and question, Bobby. The answer is yes, a resounding yes. I will be in the house and in the audience for the historic Double or Nothing, which, by the way, is the award-winning Double or Nothing. But it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. Bleacher Reports. Well, you know who I'm trying to imitate, right? Becky Lynch. Anyway, folks. Anyway, yes, it is great, Robbie. It is great. I can't wait to do Double or Nothing this Sunday night. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. So, okay, so like I said, Stokely Hathaway interfered in the match, and he helped FTR win the match and win the tag team belts and retain the tag team belts. And well, we're going to see what happens this Sunday when they defend those titles against Adam Copeland and, of course, Christian Cage. And remember the stipulation. This is an I Quit street fight. This is an I Quit street fight. But here's another stipulation that's been added to this match. If Adam Copeland and Christian Cage lose this match, they could no longer be a tag team. They could no longer be a tag team. And my heart is breaking for that. I hope we don't see that at Double or Nothing. I really hope that we see some tag team gold change hands at this Sunday's Double or Nothing. But we're gonna wait and see how that unfolds. All right. Shibata took on Will Ospreay. Again, Ospreay looks great. He's being trained by the Death Riders. As you know, he was in the feud with the Death Riders. Now he aligned himself with the Death Riders. They are training Ospreay to be an assassin. And this guy is absolutely, he's great at what he does, but he chose the wrong company along with what Samoa Joe is saying. Samoa Joe did not like Ospreay aligning himself with the Death Riders. He comes out and he says he's going to make Ospreay his nightmare. And remember, these two beat in the Owen Hart Cup tournament to determine the number one contender for the AEW title, which will happen in All Out in London, England at the end of August. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens with that little ditty. The match itself was great. Match was great. I love me some Will Ospreay. I think he's a great competitor in the ring, great athleticism, and he really knows how to neutralize his opponent, and he really knows how to really stretch out his arsenal of repertoire, and he knows exactly what he's doing in that ring, and he knows how to execute it. So I don't have a problem with it. And I think that's great. King, what's happening tonight? King, hit the like button, King. How's it going, King? Marks will make it better, bro. Yeah, I think he will. Bobby, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's strange. It's a strange twist. If you want me to be perfectly honest with you, it's a strange twist. But hey, something for everyone, I guess. Um, so Osprey and Shibata. I gave the match I'll give the match a 6. The match gets a 6 in the entertainment level, and that is the best I can do for it. But this is going to be good this Sunday when Osprey and Samoa Joe clash in the ring at the Emmy Award winning Double or Nothing. Okay. All right. Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks took on Ricochet, Mark Davis, and Andrade El Idolo. The match was fine. The match was all right. As we all know, folks, these men will be involved, except for Andrade. They will be involved in the anarchy in the arena match. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. The match is going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place. Now, this is the first time in Anarchy in the Arena match that we will have 7 competitors in the match. So 7 on one side, 7 on the other. Do the math. It's going to be absolutely woolly, wild, and all over the place, as I like to say. The match is going to, like I said, the match is going to be fine. The match is going to be great for what it was. I cannot wait for this match to begin because I'm going to tell you something. They are going to go all over Louis Armstrong Stadium. They are going to go all over the place. This match is going to be all. It's not going to stay in the ring. It could go in the parking lot. It can go in the concession stand. It can go in the audience. It can go on the arena floor. It can go anywhere. Come as you are, do what you please. That's the best I can do for it. Come as you are, do what you please. So as far as this match goes, on the entertainment level, I'm gonna give the match a 7. Match gets a 7. This was a great match. This was fun. Jericho and them win the match. And again, like I said, I don't have a problem with this. I don't have an issue with this whatsoever. Okay. All right. And Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe street fight. This was absolutely. First of all, there was a cheese grater involved in the match. Yeah, you heard me right, folks. A cheese grater. They used the cheese grater to neutralize one another. Okay, we had a table. I had some tables, some staples, a staple gun, staple gun. Yeah, we had all of that in this match. And blood. Oh boy, woo! Crimson mass all over the place. Everyone was busted open. Everyone was busted open, and this was absolutely a war. These two went through a war. In the end, Mark Briscoe and his war wounds on his head and all that blood flowing got his hand raised in victory over Tommaso Ciampa. And the match was a war. This match was absolutely a bloody war. That is the word of the day, folks. Bloody war. All right, folks. So we got that. We got that, folks. We got that. And on an entertainment level, I'm going to give the match, I am going to give this match an 8. The match gets an 8 in the entertainment level because I was highly entertained by this. And this was absolutely to the full metal to the pedal, as I would like to call it. This is great. This is great, folks. You guys said before, I'll say it again. You cannot get any better than what AEW is doing right now. They're doing it with smaller venues. They're doing it with their action. They're doing it with wrestling. And this is what every wrestling fan craves for, is decent storytelling wrestling. Now, there are times where AEW storylines don't make sense. All right. There is no such thing as a perfect wrestling organization. There's no such thing as a perfect wrestling organization. I've said that many times over, and I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. So there's no such thing as perfection. There is no such thing as perfection. So, um, I mean, you can't get no better than that. Just can't get no better than that. So, folks, that was Dynamite. That was AEW Dynamite. And as a show as a whole, I'm going to give the Go Home show, I give the Go Home show a B. The show gets a B. And it was a great Go Home show. It was a fun Go Home show. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really did. They had all the stars that you're going to see at Double or Nothing on the pay per view in Dynamite last night in Portland, Maine. And I, again, like I said before, I'll say it again. I like that in a go home show. I like that in a go home show. Bobby says AEW booking is just a better vibe. Yes, absolutely, Bobby. I agree with you. Their booking has a better vibe to it, and it's just it makes you want to invest in the pay per view. Because I'll tell you this much before we move on to other things. I like when you have a go home show like we had last night, and we had a good show where the combatants on the pay per view weren't there. So that this way you can invest in the feud, you can invest in their star power, you can invest in their wealth and what they're working with. So I like this Tony Khan. I like what he did last night. He put all his chips in, no pun intended, and he put his chips in, and he rolled up gold last night with this Dynamite. I didn't have a problem with nothing I saw last night. I thought it was great. It was prominent on TV. We got a new match added. And ladies and gentlemen, if you all didn't hear the announcement, if you didn't hear the announcement, Mick Foley is coming to AEW. Him and Renee Paquette will be hosting the buy-in this Sunday on pay-per-view, HBO Max, and of course home cable and satellite providers. I think this is great. This is absolutely great. Welcome to AEW, Mick Foley. I think he's going to add wealth to the show. I think this is going to be a great show. No matches have been announced for the buy-in, which I'm glad about. I think they should just focus on Mick Foley and Renee Paquette coming together with this show this Sunday night. I think this is great. I think this is great by Tony Khan. He signed Mick Foley, and there were talks behind the scenes that Tony Khan wanted to work with Mick Foley, and this is great. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. Bobby says, better seeing Dan Allen flying around the ring, bro. Yes, I agree. I agree. Don't get me started on Danhausen. Don't get me started on Danhausen. We're going to talk about WWE in just a moment, but getting back to AEW Dynamite, folks, that was Dynamite. All right. Okay, folks, we are now going to predict Double or Nothing. Okay. So let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We have about 8 matches for this Sunday's Double or Nothing. We're up to 8. Yeah, we're up to 8 matches. All right, so I'm going to preview the 8 matches that you're going to see this Sunday on pay per view, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, and I'm going to give you my predictions. So here we go with Double or Nothing pay per view predictions. As I said before, folks, Double or Nothing will happen this Sunday on pay per view on HBO Max, and of course, all cable and satellite providers and Amazon Prime. You can watch Double or Nothing and also on ppv.com. That is ppv.com. You can watch that. That's Double or Nothing. Okay. Okay, folks. Oh, so we do have okay, so we have some buy-in matches. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Let me just read this. AJ Boone. Big Boone AJ and QT. Okay, we're gonna do that again. All right, folks. All right, let's start with the pre-show. Let's start with the pre-show. It will be Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, Big Boom AJ, and QT Marshall versus Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Charlie Bravo, Sean Dean, and Anthony Ogogo in a 10-man tag. Okay, so we have that 10-man tag, folks. There's only 2 matches on the buy-in. What else am I gonna say? AJ, I guess I'm gonna give the edge. I really am not a fan of Big AJ Boone. I'm really not. I really wish Tony Khan would not bring him on every pay per view. Well, he wasn't on the last one, which I was happy about. Um, so I'm gonna give the match. I'll give the edge to Team Orange Cassidy. So Team Orange Cassidy is going to win this match. I'm going to give it to them, and it should be a fun tag team match, a fun 10-man tag if you like that kind of thing. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't. I'm not a fan of AJ Boone. I'm just something. Just not a fan of him. All right. AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. Megan Bain and Lena Cross versus Zyda Steele and Vivian Van in a 5-minute championship eliminator match. This ain't gonna last long. Ryan Vivian are going to win the match again. They do these elimination matches and they always come on top. I don't see anything different here at Double or Nothing. So folks, those were your two pre-show matches. All right, let's get to the main show. John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly in a match with no time limit for the AEW Continental Championship. The match is going to be fun. The match is going to be great. There's no time limit. These two men, as I said previously in the conversation, met 2 different times. Last night was the 3rd time. This is going to be the 4th time. And this will have no time limit whatsoever. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This match could swing either way. The pendulum could go like this. I don't know what's going to happen here, folks, but all I know is that these two men are going to be, this match is going to be physical. It's going to be hard hitting. Moxley is a whirling dervish in the ring. He has no filter whatsoever. The man makes sure that you remember him. He likes to bite. He likes to scratch. He likes to kick. He likes to flip. And he makes sure that you will never, ever, ever forget his name, his face, or anything of that nature. And that is what Moxley is all about. He is an animal with a capital A in the ring. Yeah. And I think Mox is going to hurt somebody, bro. Yeah, well, Bobby, I'm not going to argue with you with that analogy. That fact. So Moxley, do I don't know how this is gonna. I don't know how to predict this one, folks. It's kind of hard because this, like I said, the match could swing either way. But you know what? Moxley needs to wrestle that demon, and he wants to wrestle the demon of Kyle O'Reilly and get rid of Kyle O'Reilly and get that demon off his back. But at the same token, Kyle O'Reilly may have Mox's number again and he could win the title. So, like I said, the match could swing either way. So, based upon what I'm going to say here, I'm just going to err on the side of caution. Moxley retains. Moxley retains. And retain, he will probably will against Kyle O'Reilly. So, Moxley retains the title here at Double or Nothing. Okay. Okay. Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe in the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament quarterfinal match. Again, the match is going to be physical. The match is going to be hard hitting. Samoa Joe, he doesn't play around and he doesn't mess in the ring. And Ospreay, I shudder to think what he's going to do to Ospreay when he comes in the ring. Remember, Ospreay had neck infusion surgery. So you know Samoa Joe knows all about that homework, and he's going to neutralize and work on that neck, and he's going to destroy Ospreay, or at least he's going to try to. But I have a feeling the Death Riders is going to rear their ugly head here and probably interfere in this match. And I shudder to think, I really don't want to see that happen. I would like to see something happen here that's clean and fresh. So, based upon what I'm going to say here, I believe Ospreay will defeat Samoa Joe here at Double or Nothing. And if the Death Riders are allowed to interfere in this match, they will. If not, then we will have a clean finish. And I think it will be Ospreay getting his hand raised here at Double or Nothing. Okay. Swerve Strickland versus Bandito for the men's quarterfinal tournament. Now, for most of you, and I'm going to go back a little bit, if you all don't know, I agree, bro. Mox is a hell of a wrestler. Yes, he is. Bobby. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. Moxley, like I said, is not to be fooled with. He's not to be fooled with. And I told everybody that he is a whirling dervish, and he will find a way. He's very scrappy. He could be mean and vicious all at the same token. Once he flips that switch, once he flips the switch, you are in deep doo-doo. And Moxley just knows what to do. He knows what to do. He knows exactly what to do. And that's just Moxley. That's who Moxley is. That is exactly who Jon Moxley is. And like Bobby said, he's a very good wrestler. I'm not going to knock it. So I think he will defeat Kyle O'Reilly and he will retain that championship. Now, as far as Samoa Joe, getting back to Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay, as I said, Ospreay will win the match and he will go on. As far as Swerve Strickland goes versus Bandito, well, I think Swerve is going to win this match over Bandito. Bandito wants revenge on Swerve Strickland, but again, like I said, Swerve Strickland is also dangerous. He's not to be messed with. If you ever seen him wrestle, it's some of the most, well, I would say most dangerous matches. Then you need to go back in the archives and take a look at his handiwork. I mean, he was in a war with Hangman Adam Page in that Texas Death Match, and you saw what he did to Hangman. Swerve Strickland is not to be messed with here. And he doesn't get paid by the hour either. Facts. Yep. He is dangerous. And Bandito is in big trouble here. I don't see Bandito going past Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland will win this match at Double or Nothing. And if you all don't know who Owen Hart is, Owen Hart was part of the WWE fabric for many years. He is the relative of the Hart family, and unfortunately, tragically, Owen Hart died on a pay per view, and it was absolutely horrifying. Um, even for me to even relive what happened to Owen Hart was well, it was very emotional for me, and it was very hard to watch. Owen was doing a stunt in the ceiling at the Kemper Arena, and he was trying to propel down from the rafters down to the ring, and his harness broke, and Owen tragically fell to his death. And it was absolutely one of the most horrific things I think that we have ever seen and witnessed. They didn't show what happened. They kept panning to the audience, and Owen Hart was announced by Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler has passed away. And this was many years ago. And it was very tragic. And I like what Tony Khan has done here. He's got the permission from Martha Hart, the widow of Owen Hart, and he has done this cup tournament, and he has done this cup tournament very proudly. And I think it's a great thing to respect Owen Hart's legacy by doing this for not only for the fans but the Hart family, and out of respect to the Hart family. And this tournament has been good in the past couple of years. So Owen Hart Cup tournament is continuing here in AEW, and Ospreay will win his match, and I believe Swerve Strickland will win his match as well. All right. All right. Athena will take on Mina Shirakawa in the women's Owen Hart Cup tournament. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this. Athena, again, like I said, she is the longest reigning ROH champion, women's championship of all time at over 1,000 days. She has been the champion, and again, this is going to be great. This is going to be a fun match. Athena will go over Mina Shirakawa. There's no doubt about that. She will win over Mina here at Double or Nothing. Okay? All right. Chris Jericho, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, Jack Perry versus Ricochet, Tony Leona, Bishop Khan, Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, David Finlay, Clark Connors in a 14-man stadium stampede match. Now, folks, as I said, I mentioned this earlier. I thought it was Anarchy in the arena match. It's not. It's a stadium stampede. It's still going to be woolly and wild all over the place. So I apologize if I screwed up the match. But like I said, this is a 14-man match. 7 on one side, 7 on the other. And this match is going to be woolly wild all over the place. This match is going to be physical, hard-hitting, woolly wild affair. And it's going to be great. It's going to be what our dearly departed Jeffrey Turner would say, chaos. It's going to be total chaos on the arena floor. And I cannot wait. And I'm going to be there for it live and in living color. And I can't wait. So this is going to be great, folks. This is going to be absolutely 100% great. This is great. This is going to be great. So, based upon everything, I'm going to give the match to Team Jericho. I think Team Jericho here will win the match. And again, like I said, this match is going to be. You can literally take this match and throw it out. There's no rules. There's just no rules in this match. The only way the match will end is somebody gets pinned or they quit, because that's the only way that's going to end this match. There's no other way. There's no other wiggle room around it. You can either quit or you don't quit. I mean, it's just that simple. Um, I shudder to think what they're going to use. I shudder to think what they're going to use. Excuse me, in this match. Jericho has been defeated many times by Ricochet with the Rick Assault. We like to call him around these parts, Ricka Heel, Ricochet, and of course, I think Team Jericho wins this match. So I have Team Jericho going over in the Stadium Stampede match. Okay. All right, let's continue. Okada versus Takeshita for the AEW International Championship. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. This match is going to be great. I have been salivating for this match. Now, this all culminated in the last pay-per-view. Let me take you back to the last pay-per-view. These two men were in a tag team match against the Young Bucks, and I knew at Wrestle Dream that these two men were not going to coexist as a tag team. And sure enough, I bet the farm and I won. I told everybody that this was going to happen. I told everyone from soup to nuts that this was going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. This is exactly what I was talking about. These two men could not work together. They can't stand one another. And now they're going to explode at the award-winning Double or Nothing this Sunday. Well, I want to tell you something, folks. This is going to be great. This match is going to be great stuff. Okada, when he needs to turn on the Jets, he could really and truly be something else in the ring to deal with. Very difficult and very hard to figure out in the match. This is good. Like I said, it's going to be physical, hard hitting. It's going to be fun match. It's going to be fun to watch. And these two men are just going to beat the snot out of one another. And I love it. I can't wait. These two men are going to get in the ring, get it on, and I can't wait. Get a gong, bang a gong. Yeah, that. It's going to be great. I can't wait. It's just going to be so. This will be a classic. Yep. Okada versus Takeshita. Yep. Oh, yes, Bobby. Oh, yes. I agree with your assessment. This is going to be great. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to witness it. I can't wait to just be there and salivate as these two men just go into the ring and just really just knock each other around in the ring. And if Don Callis interferes, they'll take him and put him in the ring and knock him around a few times. Because he deserves it, Don Callis. He deserves it. Don't stick your nose in the match. Don't stick your nose in the match. Just keep the match clean. And I don't know where Don Callis' loyalty lie in this match, because it's two of his men from the Don Callis family are going to just go at it this Sunday at the pay-per-view. Okay, folks. As far as my prediction is concerned, I think Okada retains. I think Okada retains here, and retain he will. Okay, so Kessler will push him to the limit. It's going to be filmed, bro. Filming, bro. Yeah. Going to be filming. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Bobby. So Takeshita and Okada at Double or Nothing. I have Okada retain the belt here at Double or Nothing. Okay. FTR, Cash Wheeler versus Adam Cole and Christian Cage in a New York City Street Fight I Quit match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Now, as I said before, this is a street fight, a New York City street fight. And what that means, ladies and gentlemen, there is no rules. There's no count out, no disqualification. The only way this match will, and there's no submission. So there's no count out, no disqualification, no submission. The only way this match will win if you utter the words, I quit. And if you say that, you're either going to call for the tag team belts, or in this case, if Adam Copeland and Christian Cage utter the words, I quit, they will no longer be a tag team and they could no longer pair together as a tag team. So there's a lot riding on the line here. There's a lot riding. The titles versus the status of Adam Copeland and Christian Cage is on the line. So you're going to see all of that at Double or Nothing. And I don't want to see these two men break up as a tag team. I think it would be a miscarriage of justice. So based upon what I said, we're going to have brand new tag team championships. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are your new AEW tag team champions, and we will have them crowned at the show of the show at Double or Nothing. Okay. And here we go, folks, with your main event of the evening. It is Darby Allin versus MJF in a hair versus the AEW title. Now, this is a first. This is a first that an AEW world title match has hair stipulation in it. So Darby Allin on a recent Dynamite, I'll go back to the feud, on a recent Dynamite in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, Washington, won the heavyweight championship over MJF in 5 moves. He used 5 moves in the match to win the belt from MJF. Ever since then, Darby Allin has wrestled match after match after match after match after match with that title on the line every Dynamite. But I think his luck is going to run out at Double or Nothing. I think Darby Allin's luck is going to be run out. MJF wants to neutralize Darby. He wants his belt back, and he will get it at any cost. And we all know MJF loves to cheat. He loves to be a heel. He doesn't want to lose his hair, and he will do anything to win that belt back. And I think Darby Allin is not going to know what's coming. And unfortunately, the magic ride for Darby Allin will happen and end at Double or Nothing. So I have MJF regaining back the World Heavyweight Championship, and we will have a new champion crowned at Double or Nothing. So, folks, that is my predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing. Like I said, I'll be live in Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York this Sunday night, and we will have fun with that telecast. You got to record that, bro. Well, I will try. I don't know. I don't guarantee that, Bobby, but I'll try. That's going to be something. As I said, MJF and Darby Allin will close Double or Nothing. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a fun evening of wrestling, folks. I can't wait to do Double or Nothing this Sunday. We're going to be in Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. And can't wait to be a part of that crowd. It's going to be over 15,000 people, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be nothing short of sensational. So, folks, that was Double or Nothing. That was AEW Dynamite. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to predict WWE Saturday night's main event. Okay, folks. WWE will host another edition of Saturday Night's Main Event at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Okay, folks, I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to say this much about WWE right now. They are in a mess. Here's what's going on right now at WWE. They did a massive layoff. The storylines are not good. The crowd is frustrated. And the WWE is all over the place now when it comes to storylines. Some of the storylines make no sense. Some of the feuds make no sense. And the ticket sales for this Saturday night's main event are poor. They're very poor. As a matter of fact, there's still a lot of seats available for this event. It's not even sold out. It's not even done. And I don't understand. And you know something? I don't understand why WWE did this. I don't understand when you have a pay per view coming up like the Clash in Italy on May 31st. Would you have to do a Saturday night's main event? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You should just focus on the Italy show and not focus on Saturday night's main event. I would have canceled that event. I don't know why WWE does this to themselves. I don't understand why they do this time and time again. It makes no sense. Why would you book? Listen to me carefully. You May 31st is around the corner. Why in the world would you go and book another live event for WWE to handle on the calendar? It makes no sense. We already had Backlash. We did Backlash this month. Then you turned around and did Saturday night's main event. Then you turned around and you're going to do another PLE in Italy. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. I agree, bro. And Ludwig just got arrested, and the match is over this week, bro. Well, yes, I'm going to talk about that in the wrestling news. We're going to talk about that in the wrestling news. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't understand why WWE does this to themselves. Why do they keep shooting themselves in the foot? It's too much wrestling. You just had Backlash. You just had Backlash this month. Then you're going to turn around and do Saturday night's main event. Then you're going to ask the audience again to tune in to a PLE in Italy on Sunday, May 31st. It doesn't make any sense. Saturday night's main event should have never have happened. They should have canceled the event, gave the money back to the audience, and kept it moving. And just focus on the matches in Italy. And that's it. That is it. But this is not what WWE does. That's why the ticket sales suffer. That's just why. Because you're doing too much at one time. You're doing too much. Raleigh, how's it going tonight? Hit the like button, Raleigh. Hit the like button, Raleigh. Thank you so much for popping in. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Raleigh says they are a bit bare. Saturday's main event. 1 week later, Clash in Italy. It's ridiculous book. It is. It's ridiculous booking because why would you have three wrestling shows from the same organization in the same month? It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. A bit weary, yeah, exactly, Raleigh. A bit weary. It is a bit weary. You have three wrestling shows in 1 month, and AEW only has one show this month. One major pay-per-view this month. That's it. You don't see AEW booking this show and that show and this show and that show in the same month. It's ridiculous. It's overkill. It's overkill. Riley said they should have had a gap in 1 month pay per view. But I agree. You're not going to get an argument from me over that. But I mean, they should have never have booked it like that. That is a terrible booking decision on their part. 3 different shows in the same month of May. Absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a waste. Focus on Italy. You did Backlash. Okay, fine. We had Backlash. But now leave it alone and go to Italy and do your thing there. And that's it. No, you got to cram in Saturday night's main event where the ticket sales are no good. Yeah, this weekend busy. Saturday night's main event, day after Double or Nothing. Yep. So I don't know, folks. I'm very disappointed in WWE today. I'm very disappointed in them and the way they're handling things. They're not doing things the correct way, and they're not focusing on the things correctly that they're supposed to. They're just very disappointing. I'm very disappointed in their actions and their business actions because it doesn't make any sense. What they're doing to themselves is that they're overloading the audience with too much of their wrestling content. And this is gonna hurt and it's hurting them. So I don't know. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. So so also thoughts on apparently bringing Black Enzo and Big Cass and Corbin. Thoughts are Ronnie. I don't think these people should be coming back to WWE. I it just makes no sense. I don't know why you're bringing them back. Corbin has been released so many different times. I can't even lost count how many times Baron Corbin was released from WWE. Every time they bring him in, they do a character change. They do this to them, do this to him, and then it falls flat and it becomes boring. And what happens? He gets released. So I don't know what WWE is doing here. Then I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. Um, Tommy, how's it going? Hey Earl, my surgery had my surgery about a month ago. Oh, Tommy, I'm sorry to hear that you had that surgery. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Tommy, for your comment. Hit the like button, Tommy. I hope you feel better. Thank you for your comment. Get better soon and get well soon, Tommy. Thank you for your coming in tonight. Um, so anyway, folks, that is my little rant on the booking and everything. I just had to get on my soapbox for a second because I don't like things. I don't like to see people or organization do the most wackiest things that makes no sense. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's the problem with some people today. They don't look at the overall picture, and that's the thing. You already had an event. You already had an event in May, the first weekend, and now you're gonna do another one, and then you're asking them a week later to watch. I mean, the Italy show on ESPN. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. All right, here's the card the way it stands down, folks. Okay. The Intercontinental Championship. will be up for grabs. Penta versus Ethan Page. Now, if you all don't know, Ethan Page was involved in AEW, and then he moved over to NXT. He was in NXT. He was a North American champion, and now he's on the main roster, and he is feuding with Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't see Penta losing this match at all. I think it's going to be a fun, competitive match, but in the end, Penta will find a way to win this match, and I have Penta winning and retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Tommy goes said, I had calcium buildup in my shoulder. I did not have a rotator cuff replacement. Oh, okay, Tommy. I'm glad that you're feeling better, and get that shoulder well soon. I hope everything works out for you. So I have Penta retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Okay. All right, folks, let's move on. The Street Profits will take on the Vision for the WWE Tag Team Championship Raw brand. Again, like I said before, the Vision is becoming stale as toast. Every week we have the same thing. We have Knight come in. We've got Rollins come in. So it's becoming redundant. It's like mundane. It's like everything is like a hamster wheel. It goes round and around and around and around that. So I don't see the Street Profits winning this match. I don't see the Street Profits. As a matter of fact, I can see maybe a change here to the Street Profits. Montez Ford could turn on Angelo Dawkins. I can see that happening here. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see here what's going to happen here at Saturday night's main event. But I have the Vision retaining here at Saturday night's main event. Okay. The Women's Tag Team Championship match, Brie Bella and Paige versus the Irresistible Forces. Again, like I said, I don't see the title changing hands here. And Nia Jax is slowly sloppy in the ring when it comes to wrestling. She is absolutely uncoordinated. And it's just a mess. I don't see these women winning the tag team belts. I think Paige and Brie Bella will remain your tag team championships at Saturday night's main event. Okay. By the way, everyone, if you want to see Saturday night's main event before I go on, you can watch the show on Peacock. If you have Peacock, then go watch Saturday night's main event this Saturday night on Peacock. Okay. All right. The only championship match that I see changing hands is the Women's Tag Team Championships. Okay. Just left a thumbs up. Thank you very much, King. Thank you so much, everyone in the chat. Make sure that you hit that like button. And Tommy says, well, Raleigh, it's not as bad as I expected. Surgery, endoscopic surgery, and feeling better. I have physical therapy every week, and it's sore all the time. Well, again, Tommy, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. And like I said, folks, everyone in the chat, make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe today, and you share out the stream. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Okay, folks. Singles match here, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca for the Intercontinental Championship. I believe the title is up for grabs. Sol Ruca will snatch the soul from Becky Lynch, and I think that Sol Ruka will win that match. So I have Sol Ruka defeating Becky Lynch here at Saturday night's main event. I'll tell you, I left the like button. Oh, thank you very much, Tommy. Thank you. Thank you, Tommy. Great, appreciate it. All right, folks. Here comes the last match here. The six women tag team match. It will be Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus Jay Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab. Again, this is a SmackDown match. I don't know why this is on Saturday night's main event, but it is. I don't have really much to say about this match. Really nothing to go on here. Um, I have Rhea Ripley's team and Flair and Bliss pick up the victory. I think that that's exactly what's going to happen here. They're going to pick up the victory over Cargill's team. So I have Team Rhea here at Saturday night's main event. So, folks, that is your predictions for Saturday night's main event. That is my rant on the booking. And, of course, that is what is going on in the realm of wrestling. Now, folks, we're going to go to our last item of the night. And that, folks, is wrestling news. We're going to get to some wrestling news right now, folks. Right this second. One second. Let me just. All right. According to the PW Insider, WWE is increasing house shows this summer as a way to experiment with new things in front of a live audience while getting younger talent more reps in front of paying fans. So WWE was doing away with house shows. Now they're bringing it back because they have some new elements that they are going to produce and distribute it to in front of the live audience and see how they respond to it. Plus, they want to give the young talent more time to get in that ring and have their better feud to get their better footing before the lights and the red light comes on the camera. I don't have a problem with this. The house shows, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, are non-televised. All of the house shows are non-televised. So the only way you can see a WWE house show when it comes to your area is live. As a matter of fact, they're going to be in Allentown, PA. If you live in Allentown, at the PPL Center in Allentown, they're going to be there. And of course, they're going all around the country, including California and other places like Albuquerque, New Mexico. So wherever you watch WWE, wherever you are, they're all coming to your town, and go check it out. It's a fun time. All right. They also said Danhausen was given a ton of credit within WWE at a town hall meeting recently, citing his success at turning things around following the bad debut. The fact that he is currently the number 2 merchant mover. So Danhausen is number 2 in the merchandise. I want to tell you something, folks. This thing with the Miz and Kit Wilson and Danhausen is becoming boring now. It really is becoming boring. It is one of those feuds where it's ridiculous. He curses you, and he cursed the referee, and they did this skit with the referee's arm going dead and all this kind of stuff. It was just, it don't belong on TV. You're making a mockery of Danhausen, and that's what you're really doing. You're making a mockery of him, and I think that that's a damn shame that WWE is doing that. I don't agree with it. I'm not a fan of Danhausen, and I'm not a fan of what WWE is doing with the booking with Danhausen. I think it's just absolutely the debut should have been a tall tale sign that he was not liked, and now all of a sudden people do like Dan. I listen. If you're a kid and you like Hocus Pocus and all of that, then you're gonna like Danhausen. So, so good luck with that. Good luck with that. Despite his appearance on Raw Monday night, WWE still has no creative plans for LA Knight. Per Fightful Select, who report Knight is not injured, his contract is not in a contract dispute and does not have any heat backstage. So they don't have anything for LA Knight. All they do is his little run-in vignette. He does a run-in backstage and he goes off. They don't have any creative plans. What they used to do with LA Knight is they had him run in with the Vision, and that became very boring. That became very stale very quickly. And he still talks about the Vision backstage, which to me, they need to do something here. LA Knight needs some kind of spark. He needs some kind of spark. And I don't know what that spark is. I don't know what it is. I cannot put my finger on it, but that man needs a spark. So, like I said, folks, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of what the WWE is doing with him. And now that they don't have any creative, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I shudder to think what the WWE is going to do, knowing that their track record with their booking. It seems possible he was lost in the shuffle after Gunther was moved to SmackDown, feud with Cody Rhodes, rather than stay on Raw for a tease program with Knight. Well, I don't know what they're doing with Gunther. I have no idea. Bobby says LA Knight is catering. He should leave and go to AEW or Double or Nothing, bro. Well, you know something. They may release him, Bobby. They may release him because they really don't have anything for him. They don't have anything. They're not doing anything with him. And that's the frustrating part. Instead of him making him a champion or something, all you're doing is jobbering him out and doing run-ins with the Vision. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's a waste of talent. That's a waste of talent. I don't know, folks. I just get so frustrated sometimes. I want to scream. You know how people book people in wrestling. It's just you see a good talent, and it's just like you don't know how to hone that talent or take that talent and mold it and work with it and incorporate it into something special. I mean, it's just I don't know, folks. I don't know what else could I say? What else could I say? Because you want to take that talent and that special talent that LA Knight has and make it into something special. He is so over as heck with the audience, but now that you're jobbering him out and you're putting him in these uninspired booking, the crowd is going to sour on that. They're going to sour on that. His popularity and his star power is starting to go down like a souffle. You know, like when you have a souffle and it's all puffy and everything, and then all of a sudden you open the oven door too quickly, and that the air and the heat gets into it and it starts going flat. That's LA Knight. That's LA Knight. That is LA Knight, folks. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. You keep it real, bro. I agree with that. LA Knight deserves better. Thank you very much, Bobby. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just being brutally honest, folks. I am just being brutally honest here. I'm very straightforward with my feelings, and I know in my heart of hearts that you have potential, but you don't know what to do. It's just like what they did with all of the NXT call-ups. You have potential, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing with them, and it's sad. like Penta, like Ray Phoenix, like all of these people you bring in, but you don't know what to do with them. You don't know what to do with them. You had a loss. Everybody deserves something good now and then. Not saying every day do something good or get something good, but do something good. So, all right, folks. So that was your wrestling news for tonight. That was your wrestling news. That was your wrestling news. All right, folks. That's gonna do it for the wrestling experience. That's gonna do it for the wrestling experience, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Bobby. I want to thank the King. I want to thank Danny Berry Sports. I want to thank Tommy. Everyone that was in the chat. Thank you for watching tonight. I had a lot of fun with you. I want to wish everyone a very safe and healthy Memorial Day weekend. Please don't drink and drive. Go Knicks. Tonight, the Knicks are in game number 2. I'm going to go check that out while I'm kind of on the air. But until then, everyone, have a great night, bro. Thank you very much, Bobby. You too. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day. I will be back, ladies and gentlemen, in cyberspace. Mm, I'm not sure when, but I'll let you know when I make the screen. All right, folks. Thank you for watching tonight. Have a good rest of your Thursday, and I will see you soon in cyberspace. Until then, I'm Earl Cole. Thank you for watching. The mothership has left Mother Earth, and it is time to wrap it up. Good night, everyone, and enjoy Saturday night's main event, and enjoy Double or Nothing this coming weekend. And like I said, have a great Memorial Day. Good night, everyone.